Hi, it's Jen again. We are going to have a cook-off today from the King Family Cookbook. On page 191, Laurette, cute King Kitty Laurette, has angel sugar cookies, which she says are the absolute best tasting cookies, but so delicate you can't cut them into shapes. But on the very next page, we have the ultimate sugar cookie. And that's from Annie Albright Wilkins, who is Zan's daughter. And she says, these melt in your mouth and are so easy to make. And I couldn't figure out which ones to make, so I figure we should make both and decide which are the best. So that's what we're doing today. All right, so we're gonna start with Annie's cookies because I'm supposed to let them chill for 5 hours. 5 hours. So we're gonna start with those and put them in the fridge. And what I did was I took the flour, the salt, and the baking soda. I put them in here, whisked them all together to make that easy. And that's 2½ cups flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. And then what we do is we're gonna mix our butter and our sugar and our eggs. So I've got a softened 1/2 cup of butter there. And I'll put in our 2 eggs. And then we're going to put in our 1 cup of sugar. Oh, I thought I dropped a shell. I know you're tired of hearing me complain about how cold it is here in Utah, but it's spring now. It's officially April, and we got snow last night. I'm officially done. And I've been feeling really blue about this cold, dark weather because I'm so ready for the sunshine. And so today when I woke up and saw snow out on the mountains, and I was just like, I just want to get outside. What could I do to make this day better? Bake. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and get this all creamed together, and then we'll go from there. We've got it creamed together. We're gonna put in 3 tablespoons of cream, which, I mean, that already sounds like a winner, right? Cookies with cream in it? Sounds amazing. Okay, there's our 3 tablespoons of cream, and then it calls for 1 teaspoon vanilla. So I always do a little more, just because that's how I am. I always spill too, but I didn't. So there's that, and now we're going to put in 1 cup of sugar. All right, now we'll get that mixed. So we've got that all mixed in. Now we're gonna just stir in our flour, soda, salt mixture and stick them in the freezer for, well, we're not gonna stick them in the freezer. We're gonna stick them in the fridge for 5 hours. So I'm gonna do a little mix, a little mix. We're getting down there. Here's a fun fact about Annie. Annie Wilkins, whose recipe this is. I've mentioned before that Zan and Greg and my mom and dad used to take turns watching us when they would go on vacation and trips and stuff. Well, one time when Annie was at our house, she bonked her head and had to get stitches. And so her nickname from us now is Scar. Isn't that fun? It's actually very endearing, but that's what we've called her for how many years now? Like 38, 40 years? Anyway, her nickname is Scar. And she's adorable and I love her. This dough is complete. It's getting ready to go in the fridge. We have to taste it though, right? It was pretty good. Here, Dad, you want to taste? What are your thoughts?
It's delicious. The only thing that would make it better
is
chocolate. So for a sugar cookie, is that what you're making?
It's not bad for a sugar cookie.
That's pretty darn good.
It's getting covered and going in the fridge. Okay, moving on. We are now going to start King Kitty Laurette's angel sugar cookies. These ones are way different. So we're gonna put in a whole cup of softened butter, and we're gonna use the KitchenAid for this one. And it calls for a cup of oil. I double check, it's a cup. So that's going in. And then 1 cup of sugar. I'm gonna start creaming those, and I need to put in 1 more cup of powdered sugar, but we're gonna get this started first, and I'll measure out that powdered sugar. All right, adding our powdered sugar, 1 cup.
Did you add some here too?
I did, I'm a super clean cook, let me tell you. Okay, so we've got that all mixed. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon cream of tartar. Tartar, or tartar, what is it? Tartar sauce, cream of tartar.
Don't believe there's tartar in tartar sauce.
Is it steak tartar? What?
Yeah, that's raw.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Raw hamburger with yum, raw egg, onion,
egg.
capers, and...
Sounds appetizing. I'm really glad it's not in this cookbook. 2 eggs.
By the way, do you know how to get a tiny piece of eggshell out if you drop it in something?
How?
You take a bigger eggshell and put it next to it, and it wants to attach to it.
It's like the black hole that
It is like the first time a black hole has ever been seen.
Ooh, okay, now we're going to add 1 tablespoon baking soda. And 1 tablespoon salt. Seems like a lot of salt, doesn't it?
Tablespoon?
That's what it says. Tablespoon baking soda, tablespoon salt. We've got our 2 eggs. Next is gonna be 4 cups of flour, but we'll start with this. All right, we're adding our 4 cups of flour. There's 1. And to not have the same mistake as we did earlier, I'm just gonna put it on the first setting. Get that ready to go. Dad makes these amazing ginger snap cookies. And there's so much dough that by the time you get everything in, it's like practically spilling over the top. So you have to be really careful.
Maybe we should make those.
We should. But they're not in the King family cookbook. We'll make them.
But I'm part of the King family.
We'll make them anyway.
I was around before the cookbook.
Yes, you were. I was too, actually. So here's 2. And just, you can count on us putting 4 cups in, because we're gonna do a little bit at a time now. So we've got our dough. When we made it, it wasn't thick enough, so we added a little extra flour just until we kind of felt like they would hold up. So now we're just rolling these little balls in sugar. And then the directions say to use a glass, but we're just kind of using our little palm here and flattening them out.
And what about parchment paper?
Well, it doesn't say, Dad, but we decided to put parchment paper down because we didn't know if we should grease it.
Well, rolled in sugar. The sugar might
burn a little.
Burn and turn into like a glue and hold them to the...
Yeah. So, but the dough tastes almost like a butter cookie. It's
salty.
Yeah, a little bit on the salty side. So I'm curious. I'm excited to see how these come out. Here are our angel sugar cookies. Like I said, the dough tastes a little bit more like a shortbread, and so I think the sweet comes from when you roll it in the sugar. We're gonna stick these in the oven. It's preheated at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes, and we'll let you know how they come out in just a second. Our angel sugar cookies are out of the oven, and they're like shortbread. They're so good. They come with this frosting recipe, which is 3 to 4 cups powdered sugar, 1/2 cup butter, 3 tablespoons milk, a pinch of salt, and just check this out here. 1 tablespoon vanilla and 1 tablespoon vanilla.
Because it's not...
One is supposed to be up in here, so our cookies missed out on the vanilla. But these are gonna be they're so good. They really are. She said they were so delicate. And
Should we go look?
They really are, yeah. Come take a look. Come this way. So they just look like a regular sugar cookie, but they crumble like a shortbread. Yeah, they're really good.
And they are cooked even though they don't.
Well, sugar cookies always kind of just look like a big pile of dough. They don't really brown, and if they do, they're not good. Okay, so these are the angel sugar cookies with the frosting on it. I must say they're pretty fantastic. I'm not a huge sugar cookie fan. I'm more of a chocolate chip, peanut butter fan, but these are really good. Annie's are still chilling in the fridge, and so we'll be able to taste test them against each other. But I have a feeling we won't be able to compare because they're such different cookies. Anyway, we've decided to take these to the neighbors because we have piles of cookies and we still haven't done the second contestant yet. Dad's gonna take these to the neighbors right now. Got it? Don't drop them. Okay. All right, so we rolled out Annie's cookies to about a ½ inch thick, stuck them in at 400 for 6 to 8 minutes. And this is what they look like. And they smell amazing. These ones are way sweeter than the other ones. Well, I haven't tasted them yet, but you can smell it. All right, so the grand finale of the sugar cookie bake-off between Laurette and Annie. What do you think? It's really hard to compare the two because this one, Annie's, is like a traditional sugar cookie. Really great, sweet, the kind that you want for your kids at Easter time. This one is like shortbread with, this frosting, by the way, is so light. They're amazing, both of them. But what would you say? What's the verdict?
Well, if you want something surprising, more elegant,
this is the elegant cookie.
That one.
Yeah.
The other's like, let's sit down and have some sugar cookies.
The other one is like, it's Easter, let's decorate, and yeah.
But this one over here with the icing is, it's just very different.
Yeah.
Which makes it kind of
fun.
Stand out. So in this case, I'm going with the iced cookie.
You're going with the iced cookie.
Rocco, you had some dough from both.
Had way too much.
What do you think? Oh, okay.
I've had so much cookie dough and frosting and cookie today. I'm ready to barf. So these don't look appealing to me right now, but I've tasted a ton of them and they are both amazing to die for.